So, a very good morning to everybody. Hope everybody can see and hear me clearly. Things are all fine, I hope. Before we begin, can you quickly confirm, all of you, if everything is fine? So, everything is fine, I think. Not much of a problem. Video, audio, both are clear, I think. So let's continue. And before we begin with anything else, as usual, let me quickly show you the entire schedule, the YouTube schedule for the entire week. You mostly know it, but then just to make sure that you know it, you have it on your fingertips. These are the entire week's session, like sessions that you have, and each of them would definitely help you get closer to your dream of getting to one of the best B schools in India, right? Okay, now today I will pick up a passage taken from one of the actual CAT papers, right? And more importantly, I would also like you to notice the source of the passage. Why do I keep on harping on the source of the passage to a great extent? Simply because if I want to get used to the type of passages which come in CAT, मुझे उस type के source के passages बनने चाहिए. So that is something like a indirect indication from my side that you should read from such sources, right? So what are such sources? Before beginning with the passage, I will quickly show you how it is like. So this is the first slide. You can see it is a passage from CAT 2017, but the source is the New York Times. Right. So I hope all of you know some sources like this, some of them, some magazines and newspapers which are very commonly, used by CAT. One is New York Times, right? Then you have the Guardian. This is another source which everybody can read from, right? Then you have the Washington Post also. So this is another newspaper which you are likely to come across very commonly, New York Times or Haili, right? Apart from this, you can think of magazines like The Economist, right? Is one magazine which they use to a great extent. Then there is this magazine called the the Scientific American, right? So then you have a magazine called The Atlantic. So these are some magazines which you can think of referring to, which you can think of reading, right? So that you get a very good so that you get a very good picture of how the passages are, right? So okay, so this is the source, right? I always keep on telling you everybody that you should read articles from these sources, right? So that way you will be habituated to the kinds of passages that come in the exam. Okay, right. So slightly the passage is not very long, it is okay-ish. It is the typical length that you come across in CAT, right? So this is the first slide. Okay, let's see. Siddharth, question to be reduced in CAT. Further reduced होने के chances कम है. Last year already it was reduced, right? पहले it used to be a 1 hour paper, 1 hour per section, right? Now it is 40 minutes per section, right? Earlier it used to be 34 questions in VARC. Total number of questions used to be 101, right? Now it has reduced to 76, right? So ये लास्ट ईयर का है तो वही उससे ज्यादा रिड्यूस शायद ना हो. ठीक है, so that is what we can think of, Siddharth, right? I hope it is all clear to you, right? And let's read the passage. This is from CAT 2017. Let's see. Just one slide, one paragraph, everybody has read it. This is the introductory line and the introductory paragraph. From this, you know that the author is going to speak about elephant-human relations or mostly elephant-human tensions. This is what he looks like. This is what he says in the beginning. So this is the topic that we know. The topic is going to be about elephant-human relationships and how uh, you know elephant human relationships are taking a lot of tension. Okay, Siddharth saw some news regarding decreasing further. इससे इससे कितना कम पूछेंगे? That would be very मतलब 75 76 question, right? 76 questions मतलब per section 20 16 plus 18 plus 8, that is 26 25 26 से ज्यादा, उससे बहुत कम मुश्किल है, राइट? ओके पिंकी, ब्रैड शो क्या है? ब्रैड शो, देखो ब्रैडशो किसी का नाम है ना, साइकोलॉजिस्ट है, किसी एक साइकोलॉजिस्ट है, राइट? सो इट इज द नेम ऑफ अ पर्सन, व्हेनेवर इट स्टार्ट्स विद द बी, सेज साइकोलॉजिस्ट ब्रैडशो, सो इट्स बेसिकली अ पर्सन, ठीक है? सो इट इज नथिंग एल्स बट अ पर्सन हु इज सेइंग दिस, right? So everybody is clear, I hope. So what is the author doing here? He is telling you about the the relationships that elephants have with human beings. It is changing, ठीक है? एंड रिलेशन इज, अच्छा, को एग्जिस्टेंस, को मीन्स टुगेदर, निकिता, एग्जिस्टेंस इज लिविंग टुगेदर, ठीक है? सो को एग्जिस्टेंस, पीसफुली एग्जिस्टिंग, राइट? नाउ इट हैज चेंज, सो बोथ हैव स्टार्टेड अटैकिंग ईच अदर, राइट? Right, everybody is clear. This is what is the first slide, but as you go ahead things will become clearer. Everybody has read it, I hope. All, everybody has read it, I hope everybody is clear. Okay, shall we change the slide? I think everybody has read it, right? Now let's see. Right, let's see second slide, things will become clearer, right? He was introducing the concept of how elephants and human beings are attacking each other. Now, in this slide, things will become clearer. Read it for some time, then I will start discussing. Devanshu, associate means connected, related, right? Nikita, testosterone is basically a hormone. It is a hormone, right? So think of it as, the male hormone, basically male hormone. It causes aggression, right? Now, but let's see what is this. Dekho, typically the aggression of elephants, right, it is cited as high levels of testosterone, right? But Bradshaw and several other colleagues argue that the reason for this elephants, the problem that elephants have now, it is not testosterone. They are suffering from a form of chronic stress. What is chronic? Chronic is something that is like perpetual, happening for a long time, right? So a kind of trauma. What kind of trauma? This trauma is caused by poaching and culling. What is poaching? Poaching is killing of animals illegally. What is culling? Culling is, this is a selective killing, right? Selective, remove करके कुछ चूजे हुए चूज कुछ chosen, कुछ चुने हुए individuals को ही जीने देना. That is culling is selecting basically, right? Culling in this case refers to some, जब एनिमल्स का ग्रुप ज्यादा हो जाता है, तो जैसे एलिफेंट का पॉपुलेशन बहुत ज्यादा होता है, तो गवर्नमेंट्स किल सम ऑफ देम, सो दैट इज कलिंग, ठीक है? राइट, नाउ, so intricate means complex, right? So what is happening here? Okay, now, and precipitous means something which is happening very quickly and suddenly, ठीक है? Right, so what is the author telling you here? देखो, he says that there is aggression between animals and between elephants and humans. Now he is telling you the reason. The reason is, देखो, elephants have become aggressive. He is now focused more on the problem caused to elephants by human beings, right? He is focusing more on the problems in elephants caused by human beings. क्या problem है? They have become aggressive. They have become like, because of exposure to shock, their behavior has changed. What is it because of? It is because of human actions like poaching, culling, and habitat loss. Because of all these things, right, the elephants have become a little bit crazy. So that is what is trying to hint at. All clear, I hope? Right. So, we have disturbed their way of life. They have a very intricate culture, right? They have a very intricate society. We have disturbed them, and that is the reason why they are starting to behave like this. Everybody has read it, I hope. All clear, I think, right? So now you know what the author is talking about. He's talking about how elephants have been disturbed, shocked by human beings actions, and because of this new aggression in elephants is a result of this. Okay, shall we change the slide? Everybody is clear, I hope. Yes, this is the next slide. Now, so far, keep track of the ideas. We have disturbed, we have in fact destroyed their culture, we have destroyed their social life, we have shocked them, right? And we have given them trauma. Because of this, they are responding like this. Who are they? Elephants. Okay, right. Now read it for some time. In this slide, you will see he is going to explain elephant societies when they are not disturbed. Normally, क्या होता है? हाँ राज, एलिफेंट्स के किलिंग बहुत होते हैं, स्पेशली इन अफ्रीका बहुत होते हैं, स्पेशली जिनको आइवरी चाहिए, पोचर्स किल, राइट? एंड समटाइम्स बिकॉज ऑफ ह्यूमन एनिमल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट दे किल, एंड समटाइम्स एक जगह अगर एलिफेंट का पॉपुलेशन बहुत ज्यादा हो गया तो गवर्नमेंट्स ऑल्सो डू कलिंग. व्हाट इज कलिंग? कलिंग इज सेलेक्टिंग. Right. I hope everybody has read it. Yes. Now, in this paragraph, what is the author doing? He is telling you the normal behavior of elephants. Okay. Aman matriarchal basically means, the power, the system is controlled by females. The power flows from, female to female. So it is like matriarchal system is where the females control the system. Power is in the hands of the females, or in the hands of the mother. So what is happening is he's telling you here the complex social life, the complex, let's say culture of elephants. Normally, this is what you have read. Everybody is clear, I think. Sabne पढ़ लिया हो? Everybody has read it, I hope. Right. So we have destroyed this. We have harmed this intricate structure. क्या है? If you look at it, they are, raised by, extended by a multi-tiered, मतलब various levels. ठीक है? Doting basically means uh, showing a lot of care, right? So, and in a way, if you notice, this is a little bit like human beings. ध्यान से देखो, this is a little bit like human beings only. ठीक है? Everybody has read it, I hope. ठीक है? So structure, passage का जो structure है उसको समझ के चलो, things will be much easier if we take it up like this. ठीक है? All clear, I hope. Okay, चलो, let's change the slide. Now, so here what the author is doing is he's explaining his main point. His main point is, what is his point? That elephants have started, showing this aggression, right? It is because of human actions. We have destroyed their way of life. We have given them shocks. So that is why they are responding. He's explaining everything. Straight away, you will find a word frayed. What is the meaning of frayed? Frayed is wear and tear. Wear and tear की वजह से cloth में जो harm होता है, right? Clothes sometimes they can get torn because of wear and tear. So that is nothing else but fraying, right? And if you notice, right, fabric, he is comparing elephant society to a cloth, and because of our actions, right, this cloth has been torn. So that is what is telling us. ठीक है? And problem क्या है? Habitat loss, poaching, systematic culling, right, and translocations of elephants to different habitats. All these actions would definitely cause a lot of trauma to elephants. Trauma मतलब shock, right? इनके way of life, इनके society जो है, it has been completely disturbed. some, they have been. And one more thing you will see, as a result of such social upheaval. What is an upheaval? An upheaval is an event that disturbs everything, right? It's like a huge calamity, right? जिसके बाद सब कुछ change हो जाता है या फिर सब कुछ खत्म हो जाता है, right? So an upheaval is an event, right, which changes or finishes everything in a certain society. Vikram, yes, what you're saying, what you're asking, the answer to that is yes. Government agencies, they call it culling and translocating करते हैं because एक small जगह बहुत ज़्यादा population हो गया elephants का, तो culling होता है. Culling मतलब so that problem ना हो, ठीक है. So translocation and culling करते हैं, ठीक है, right? So that is something which happens, right? In Africa में बहुत होता है ये, right? And if you watch, let's say Animal Planet, Nat Geo, कहीं ना कभी देखे, you will get to see that, right? And in fact even yes, passage में भी लिखा हुआ है, right? So as a result of all these, what is happening? Calves, small calves जो है, they are now raised by younger and inexperienced mothers, right? So, and they also have experienced the deaths of their family members, right? So the loss of elephant elders, they are not guided. The youngsters who are growing up are not guided, right? And the traumatic experience of witnessing killing, right? What has happened because of this? It has affected their psychology, right? It has impair basically means harms, right? So all the exposure to the shock, right, because of killing, because of lack of proper social guidance, right? So what has happened is, because of this, elephant psychology is disturbed, especially the young elephants who are growing up, right? They become like psychologically disturbed because of this. ठीक है, क्लियर? देवांशु क्या पूछ रहे हो? व्हाट इज द मीनिंग दैट यू आर आस्किंग? HAS वो क्या है? अच्छा, ये दिस इज बेसिकली अ प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक. ये हैज है, बेसिकली हैज, राइट? ये प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक है, हैज. इट इज जस्ट हैज देवांशु, कुछ नहीं है. डेमो ब्रैकेट में रखा गया है, ये दिस इज दैट इज मोर लाइक अ प्रिंटिंग मिस्टेक. ऑल रेड इट? एवरीबॉडी इज रेड इट, आई होप. यस. Okay, now this is the last slide, right? Last slide where he is concluding. Okay, so he is explaining the root cause of the problem, right? Their society has been completely destroyed by us. So young ones who are growing up are not properly guided. They're exposed to shock and trauma right in their young ages. Because of this, they are psychologically disturbed. Right. So, anthropocentric conjecture. What does it mean? Conjecture means guesswork. Anthropocentric. Anthropos means human beings. Centered means based on, revolving around. So, what is the author saying here in this line is very important, right? Bradshaw के जो findings क्या है, right? Elephants, they have very intricate societies because of human actions. They have been killed, right? They have been exposed to trauma. Because of this, they start behaving wildly. They have become psychologically impaired. ठीक है? So what is the meaning of this line? Do not focus just on anthropocentric conjecture. Anthropocentric means based on human beings. Conjecture means guesswork. So whatever we have described so far, it looks like हमने elephants को ज्यादा ही human beings की तरह treat कर दिया, right? But he's saying ऐसा नहीं है, because evidence really है. That means by this line, the author is confirming that what Bradshaw and her colleagues described is real and logical. It might sound like far-fetched comparison to human beings, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है. Evidence है. So it is properly, it's a properly, what do you call, properly based on research evidence वाला point है. क्या point? That human beings, elephants जो है they are harmed by human beings and they are psychologically impaired. ठीक है. And what is decimated? Decimated मतलब खत्म कर देना, right? बिल्कुल खत्म. ठीक है, right? So the elephants of decimated herds, especially orphans who have, they exhibit behavior typically associated with post-traumatic stress disorder. What is post-traumatic stress disorder? It is basically a psychological, you can see, post means afterwards, trauma means shock, stress, pressure, stress, disorder, a problem. So when human beings go through, psychological, let's say trauma, right? Isme it causes unnecessary stress and it causes unnatural, problems, right? So that is what is saying, जो human beings को affect करता है उसी तरह elephants are also affected. ठीक है, all clear? Vikram, decimated does not mean separated. Decimated means killed, खत्म कर देना, right? खत्म कैसे करते हैं? Because of human actions. एक तो poaching, habitat loss, or sometimes even culling, right? So that is the case. ठीक है. So startle. What is startle? Startle is nothing else but if somebody surprises you. If you're, let's say you are sitting there, if somebody पीछे से आके suddenly shouts, right, you will get startled, right? It's a surprise and shock reaction. So abnormal startle response, unpredictable, asocial. Asocial meaning against society, right? So all these are problems that happen in human beings also. Human beings when exposed to shock also behave like this. Elephants are behaving like this also. ठीक है. So what is the last sentence? Last sentence is very important, right? Elephants are suffering and behaving in the same way we recognize in ourselves as a result of violence, perhaps except for a few specific features. So this also is important. Last line is telling us that ये एलिफेंट में जो अननेचुरल बिहेवियर है, राइट, दिस इज बिकॉज ऑफ ह्यूमन एक्शंस एंड ह्यूमन बीइंग्स आल्सो रेस्पॉन्ड टू सच एक्सट्रीम इवेंट्स लाइक दिस. ठीक है, एवरीबॉडी गॉट द पॉइंट? आई होप everybody understood, right? Now let's look at the questions. Everybody is understanding? I hope everybody is clear. So if you have read it like this, you should be able to answer the questions, right? First question, be very careful. The passage makes all of the following claims except. Now you must have seen अभी तक जितने भी passages, many of the I have taken many passages from cat, zat, right? You will have seen that एक दो questions ऐसे जरूर आता है where you have to encounter, you have to go through this word except. Except basically means you have to find something which is wrong, which is not according to the passage. So this works best by elimination. By the way, elimination हर जगह काम आता है. ऐसे questions में it works more. Let's see. Find out something which is wrong, so that will be very clear. Everybody has read it, I hope. Right. So Siddharth and Rashmi, Vikram, Nikita, four people saying that answer is A. Aman is also saying 1. Right. Okay. Shivani, Yash, almost everybody saying 1. Yes, 1 is the answer. 1 is the answer. देखो, are they evolving newer ways? No. They are getting affected very badly, right? Because of all these, threats, right? They have become mad. They have become hyper aggressive. They have become psychologically disturbed. So they are not evolving new ways. If they are evolving new ways, they would have coped with it. इन पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है. So the best answer is 1. बाकी देखो, every option is correct. Elephant response is similar to that of human beings. अभी तो पढ़ा था, अभी थोड़ी देर पहले, the last slide, right? And poaching and culling have created stressful conditions caused, तो ये भी हमने पढ़ा था first paragraph में, right? And elephants have an extended and enduring familiar relationship as do human beings. Yes, right. They caregivers है, right? In fact एक जगह वो कहता भी है anthropocentric लगता है लेकिन नहीं है. That means they are like human beings. ठीक है, everybody got the point, I hope. So first question, I hope everybody understood. So this was relatively easier. Next question, overall passage. Which of the following statements best expresses the overall argument of this passage? Now, overall argument of this passage, well, if you notice, this is something which will be That will be the main point. So be very careful. ये थोड़ा confusing हो सकता है, right? He is asking you about the overall argument. So understand one thing, इसमें पहले ही बता देता हूँ, right? When you look for the overall argument, you are not looking for something which is correct as per the passage. सिर्फ correct होने से काम नहीं चलेगा. You have to look at something which is the main point of the author. Okay, Aman is saying answer is 4. अच्छा, is it the main point? Aman says 4 is correct, but is it the main point? वो तो लास्ट में इसने कहा था कि अच्छा is it the main point? लास्ट में कहा था कि ह्यूमन बीइंग्स और एलिफेंट्स में डेवलपमेंट सिमिलर है, राइट? दैट इज द लास्ट पॉइंट दैट ही मेक्स. इज इट दिस मेन पॉइंट? अच्छा, अगर ये मेन पॉइंट है तो पैसेज में जो डिस्कस कर रहा था अबाउट ह्यूमन बीइंग्स की एक्शंस की वजह से एलिफेंट्स को जो नुकसान पहुंचा है, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट देयर रेस्पॉन्स टू दैट थ्रेट, वेयर इज इट ऑल गिवन? ओके, सो डिफरेंट पीपल डिफरेंट आंसर्स, राइट? 4 नहीं है, 4 इज जस्ट करेक्ट, ठीक है? इवन 3 भी नहीं है, 3 इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट एज पर द पैसेज, पर लेकिन मेन पॉइंट है नहीं. रिलेशनशिप हैज चेंज फ्रॉम कोएग्जिस्टेंस टू वन ऑफ हॉस्टिलिटी, ठीक है, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है? ह्यूमन बीइंग्स के एक्शन से इनको जो नुकसान पहुंचा वो यहाँ मौजूद नहीं है. 3 भी नहीं है. द बेस्ट आंसर इज 1. बेस्ट आंसर इज 1. Right. So best answer is 1. Now 1, देखो, whatever you're saying, Aman, is explained here. Recent elephant behavior is aggression. It is a form of species-wide trauma-related response. So it is telling you the cause of the problem also. So the best answer is 1. Problem के साथ cause भी बता रहा है. That means it covers the widest part of the passage. ठीक है? If you look at it, 2, 3 and 4 are not wrong, but they are just small parts of the passage. Elephants are profoundly social creatures है, लेकिन problem कहाँ दिखा रहा है इसमें? नहीं. A देखो, problem के साथ cause is also mentioned in A. ठीक है? So if you notice, ऐसे 1-2 questions definitely होता है, right, in the exam. Is this clear now why 1 is the answer? So question is about overall argument. Question ये नहीं पूछा जा रहा है which of the following is correct. ये नहीं है. Had it been which of the following is correct, everything would be the answer. ठीक है? So be very careful when you answer questions like this. Everybody is clear with this, I hope. Yes, all clear. So इस टाइप की क्वेश्चन जो है वो डिफिकल्टी थोड़ा बहुत होता है. ठीक है? Let's see next question. Right. And if you, the moment you read the stem of this question, which of the following measures is Bradshaw most likely to support? This is like critical reasoning, right? I hope all of you are familiar with critical reasoning. Critical reasoning कोई rocket science नहीं है. You have to deal with arguments there. ये critical reasoning type का question है, right? So that is why, that is why if you notice critical reasoning में argument के साथ deal करना होता है, right? कैट में critical reasoning अलग से नहीं पूछते, passage में ऐसे 1-2 questions बीच में डाल देते हैं, right? So critical reasoning solve करोगे तो it would definitely help you in getting the basics right as far as passages are concerned. ठीक है? Right. So एक चीज बताओ, लॉजिकली देखो, किसी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए क्या करते हैं? वी एड्रेस द रूट कॉज, राइट? सो दिस क्वेश्चन विल डिपेंड ऑन इफ यू नो व्हाट इज द कॉज ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम. ठीक है? अकॉर्डिंग टू ब्रैडशॉ, कॉज क्या है? तो कॉज क्या है अगर हमें पता चल गया, दैट वुड बी अ वेरी गुड इंडिकेटर एज टू प्रॉब्लम को नाउ कैसे एड्रेस करें. सो एड्रेस द प्रॉब्लम अकॉर्डिंग टू द कॉज एज गिवन इन द पैसेज. सो टेल मी व्हाट इज द आंसर. Nikita is saying answer is 3. Yash is also saying answer is 3. सिद्धार्थ को भी 3 लग रहा है. अच्छा, महिमा को 2 लग रहा है. अच्छा, 3 मैं एक बार बताता हूँ. I'll tell you 3 क्यों नहीं है. अच्छा, is the cause isolating? Isolating means इनको अलग रखना. ठीक है? एक बार बताओ, cause of the problem क्या है? Is it isolating or is it like the kind of shock that they go through because of the violence, because of killing, because of translocation, because of habitat loss, right? Isolating was not the cause. Isolating is not the cause. So do you understand now why 3 is eliminated? Right. I will also eliminate 1 because the impact of testosterone is not the cause of the problem that we are discussing in the passage. Beginning में ही कह दिया था ना, अच्छा एलिफेंट्स में एग्रेशन क्यों आ रहा है? इज इट बिकॉज ऑफ टेस्टोस्टेरोन? नहीं, ब्रैडशो के हिसाब से क्या है? इट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द शॉक, द वायलेंस दैट दे गो थ्रू. वी हैव डिस्ट्रॉयड देयर सोसाइटी. Because of this, right, they started behaving like human beings when human beings are exposed to psychological problems. ठीक है, सो हैव आई एलिमिनेटेड 1 and 3 करेक्टली? सबको समझ में आ रहा है? कॉज यही नहीं है तो उससे कैसे सॉल्व करोगे प्रॉब्लम? राइट, सो 1 and 3 वी हैव 1 and 3 we eliminated. Now choose between 2 and 4. Now 4 में देखो, increase funding of research into the similarity of human beings and other animals. अदर एनिमल से क्या मतलब है? सिमिलैरिटी, प्रॉब्लम इज इन एलिफेंट्स एंड द कॉज ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम इज स्ट्राइकिंगली सिमिलर टू जो ह्यूमन बींग्स को होता है. ह्यूमन बींग्स को भी ऐसे ही शॉक में एक्सपोज करो तो ह्यूमन बींग्स ऑल्सो स्टार्टेड बिहेविंग इन अ मैड मैनर. सो elephants are behaving like this. So the best answer is 2. ठीक है, so you are going to treat elephants the way similar to the way we treat human beings who are exposed to the same situations. Response similar hai, so you should actually think of something like this. Getting the point? Right, everybody understood? And if you notice now, I have eliminated 3 options. This is one way of getting the answer. I hope all of you understood. Everybody understood? Right, so you found one problem with each of the options in the answer, so that is what is the case. ठीक है, अम्मान समझ में आ रहा है? 3 क्यों नहीं है समझ में आ रहा है? राइट, आइसोलेटिंग इज नॉट द कॉज. ठीक है, सो प्रॉब्लम को एड्रेस करना हो तो कॉज को एड्रेस करना पड़ेगा, एंड द कॉज इज द एक्सपोजर टू वायलेंट शॉक्स, राइट, एंड दे रेस्पॉन्ड सिमिलरली टू ह्यूमन बींग्स. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. This is a very easy question. If you are sensitive to language, if you are a little bit sensitive to literary kind of language, right, you will be very easily able to answer this. The phrase, the fabric of elephant society has effectively been frayed. It is not a phrase, in fact, it is a clause, right? But what is this? How would you describe this phrase? This question you can answer it from here only. The fabric of elephant society has effectively been frayed. मतलब we have destroyed their society like a cloth, right, which has been torn because of wear and tear. So fabric, cloth, and frayed is wear and tear की वजह से cloth जो torn होता है. Find out the best answer. Right. So this time everybody is correct. So this is one of the easier questions. So if you notice, अभी तक we have done 4 questions. इसमें से 2 of them were slightly challenging. Critical reasoning based वाला थोड़ा सा challenging था, but it was achievable, right? And 2 questions were attemptable. So even in CAT, right, if you read carefully, कुछ questions easy ही होते हैं. It's a metaphor. Metaphor is an indirect description. So everybody got the answer correct. सबको समझ में आया? आई थिंक नाउ एवरीबॉडी गॉट द आंसर करेक्ट. सो दिस क्वेश्चन, यस, फैब्रिक एंड फ्रेड, दीज आर द की वर्ड्स हियर. ठीक है, सो वी आर कंपेयरिंग देयर, वी आर कंपेयरिंग देयर सोसाइटी टू अ क्लोथ एंड वी हैव टॉर्न इट. ठीक है, राइट. लेट्स सी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. This is also a question which will turn into something very easy if you know where to refer to. Right. So why does the author use the word violence? So he is asking you, why does the author use the word violence to describe the relation between human beings and elephants? इसका आंसर जो है, it is given right in the first paragraph. It is given right in the first paragraph. Right. Do you want to see that line? If I show you that line, now nobody should get it wrong. ठीक है. This is in this line. If you look at it, right. Now I use the term violence because यहाँ साफ लिखा है. Why does he use the term violence? Why does he use the term violence? Because of the intentionality associated with it. So it is very clearly given. Is it too? Raj, yes, today there will be no class on the app, right? On the app, the classes are from Wednesday to Sundays. Monday, Tuesday, I taken off. And this YT class, we have it on Monday, but we do not have it on Tuesday. So YT class, I will resume on Wednesday. Okay, right. What is the best answer? Many people are answering two नहीं है देखो violence क्यों why violence he says it is because of the intentionality. What is the meaning of the word intentionality? The part which I showed you. So why? Because of intentionality. Because of intentionality, the answer is one. There is a purposefulness in human elephant aggression towards each other. So this is the answer. Now, this is why if you notice, अगर उस part पे ध्यान नहीं दोगे, you are likely to get it wrong, right? So it is not just four. It is not just that because they have killed each other. The line tells you why, right? Because intentionality. What is the meaning of intentionality? मतलब intention के साथ, purpose के साथ, ठीक है, right? Did you understand everybody? Right. So everybody got the point, I hope. Right. So if you notice, we did 5 questions. Right. So out of these 5 questions, right, I would say 3 of them were medium, 2 of them were slightly challenging. Right. So on an average, if you get this is a easy to medium kind of a passage. एक ही क्वेश्चन था, एक दो क्वेश्चंस थे जो थोड़ा सा चैलेंजिंग था, but even those challenging questions could have been attempted like that. ठीक है, right? So how? So there are you attempted 5 questions. How many correct out of 5? महिमा 2 also seems correct. नहीं, साफ साफ लिखा हुआ था ना. It is not just systematically destroyed. देखो, there is a purposefulness. The meaning of the word intentionality. साफ लिखा हुआ था ना. Because of intentionality, I say violence. Intentionality का मतलब क्या है? Purposefulness. ठीक है, राइट. नाउ एंड इफ यू लुक एट इट, टू में क्या प्रॉब्लम है, राइट महिमा? टू में एक प्रॉब्लम क्या है? इट टेल्स यू ओनली अबाउट एलिफेंट्स हार्मिंग ह्यूमन बींग्स. पैसेज इस क्वेश्चन में क्या पूछा पूछा गया है? इट शुड बी म्यूचुअल, नॉट एलिफेंट्स हार्मिंग ह्यूमन बींग्स और या फिर ह्यूमंस हार्मिंग एलिफेंट्स. दोनों होना चाहिए, ठीक है. सो द बेस्ट आंसर इज 1. सो इफ यू गेट एनीथिंग लाइक 3-4 करेक्ट आउट ऑफ 5 would be a very good attempt. ठीक है. So with that we come to the end of the session. I will meet you again on Wednesday. Tomorrow I will take an off, right? So we will not have any session tomorrow. I hope everybody got the answer correct, right? So this is what we will do every day, right? I will pick passages from different exams. We will also do passages taken from different sources and we will discuss questions like this. So this is the best way to proceed. And one more thing, some information that you should, right? Okay. शिवानी, हाउ टू प्रैक्टिस क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग क्वेश्चन. शिवानी, ऐसे करेंगे क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग क्वेश्चंस कल से नहीं, परसों से बिगिनिंग इस क्वेश्चन मतलब इस सेशन के बिगिनिंग में एक दो क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग क्वेश्चन मैं कराऊंगा, ठीक है, राइट. विक्रम, नो लेक्चर टुमारो बिकॉज इट्स माय टुमारो आई एम टेकिंग एन ऑफ, राइट, वीकली ऑफ है मेरा. वैसे आज भी है बट आई थॉट 2 दिन ना लेना would be too difficult, as in 2 दिन का gap would be too much, that is why. ठीक है. So you know the timings of the class, 10 o'clock in the morning and every day of the week except Tuesdays, right? Okay, Nikita, cat and zat से पैसेज लेंगे, we will find, but प्रॉब्लम क्या पता है cat and zat की, if I take it every day, right, एक दिन वो खत्म हो जाएगा सारे, ठीक है. एंड दिस क्लास हैपेंस एवरी डे, सो आई विल ऑल्सो डू क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग मिक्स करके ही करेंगे, डोंट वरी, ठीक है. पैराजम्बल्स ऑल्सो वी विल ट्राई, डोंट वरी, ठीक है, राइट. सो आई विल मीट यू अगेन ऑन वेडनेसडे एंड बिफोर दैट you know that all the lectures are in one place. It would definitely, and you would definitely help you if you attend all the sessions, right? And these are some information. अच्छा, रश्मि, how to identify which question is easy? वो पैसेज पढ़ते वक्त अपने आप पता चल जाएगा. इफ यू हैव रेड द पैसेज यू विल अंडरस्टैंड. अच्छा, आंसर जो है वो मुझे ठीक से याद है या फिर क्लियर है. अगर पैसेज नहीं पढ़ा हो यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड, ठीक है, right? These are some information about some courses, right? So register for the All India Mega Mock Challenge, right? This is something which will definitely definitely help you preparing for the exams, right? And you know that the online classroom program is of two, broad categories. One targeting 2022, right? So we will take that up also. Okay, so these are the teachers who take classes on Greta on the BYJU'S Exam Prep platform. All of you know it, right? So we will end it here, right? And as all of you are saying, yes, uh, Nikita, no, tomorrow we do not have any lecture on YouTube, right? So the next class on YouTube is on Wednesday, right? On the app also the next class is on Wednesday. ठीक है? App में तो आज भी नहीं है. ठीक है, राइट? सो एज एवरीबॉडी सजेस्टिंग, वी विल पिक अप क्वेश्चंस पैराजंबल्स या फिर कुछ कुछ एक दो क्वेश्चन रोज करते रहेंगे, ठीक है? एंड आई विल पिक इट अप फ्रॉम डिफरेंट सोर्सेस, सो दैट विल हेल्प यू अचीव greater control over questions, right? So that is it for today. Thank you, see you again everybody, see you on Wednesday same time 10 o'clock, right? So thank you once again.